Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch.
Hannah Montana. Hey y'all, hey. Welcome to Sisters Who Watch.
I'm Hannah.
And I'm Miley, and we're sisters who watch everything. TV, movie, sports, concerts, and even nostalgic specials, anniversaries. We love to watch, and we love talking about it even more. Today we're watching
Hannah Montana, the 20th anniversary special, celebrating the iconic Disney Channel show.
Yes, that's
wow,
it.
wow.
Yes, you get the limo out front. Ooh. Before we get into a review of the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special, please make sure you're giving Sisters Who Watch 5 stars. 5 stars wherever you listen. Rate, download, subscribe, and make sure you're following us both on Apple and Spotify so you get notified for our new episodes. Thank you for your support. Okay, Shelby, can you give us a little background for the Hannah Montana anniversary?
Yes. So as always, here is a logline of what we're reviewing. Follows Miley Cyrus in an interview with Alex Cooper, revisiting the moments, music, and memories of Hannah Montana with never-before-seen archival footage and recreated sets from the show. Woo! So, Hannah Montana premiered in 2006. Crazy, that was 20 years ago. I was 9 turning 10, so peak age for the tweener and me. I was the target audience for Hannah Montana and Disney Channel. So I remember it vividly, and it's also like 2006, also the premiere of High School Musical, Cheetah Girls 2. Like, what a time to be a young girl and be a kid. Just crazy. But Hannah Montana, I felt like was the beginning of the new Disney Channel. So you had like Lacey McGuire and Even Stevens and That's So Raven and Kim Possible ending, and then you had Hannah Montana start the beginning of like The Wizards of Waverly Place, Jonas. What was Demi Lovato show?
Sunny with a Chance.
Yes, like the beginning of that wave. So she was kind of like the bridge. And it's just crazy to think that was 20 years ago. And this premiere was on Disney Plus and Hulu, which was smart because I don't have Disney Plus, so I watched it on Hulu. And well, did you hear about this, Laura? That it was really Miley putting this into the atmosphere. Like, there wasn't going to be a special, but she was just saying, yeah, I want to celebrate the 20th, anniversary of Hannah Montana next year. And she made it happen.
Exactly. Yeah, she was just, kind of starting rumors. Like, oh yeah, we have something in the works. We're planning something.
And people were like, what's happening?
Yeah, and then Disney reached out being like, what are you talking about? And I remember last summer, it was in July when I was in Chicago for Lollapalooza. My friends and I were like, did you hear Miley's going to do like a 20th anniversary tour? Like this, people were talking about this. I was like, what? I need to go. So none of this was real, but I remember people were like, oh yeah, she's going to do like a tour, a Hannah Montana tour. It's like Miley was just making up stuff. Honestly, props to her. She made it happen. And she said that was advice from Dolly Parton.
Mm-hmm. Unreal. Apparently, Dolly told her, like, yeah, you just have to like promote things before it happens. And honestly, it's kind of like manifesting, but taken to another level. Being so public about things you want. And that's real. You have to put things into the atmosphere. I'm a big believer in that. Like telling people what you want, places you want to be, things you want to do. You just have to welcome those opportunities. And you might make it happen.
Right. Like speak it into existence. Speak it into the universe and it'll happen. Exactly.
So important.
Yes. So what was your expectations coming into the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special?
Well, I guess unlike you, I did not really hear about the rumors last year. Like I was like, oh, an anniversary special? Like once they started promoting it a few weeks or months ago, that's when I heard about it. Like I remember maybe they dropped the trailer like a month ago. And then I was like, it was everywhere on my feed. And I was like, oh, I need to see this.
Yes.
So it wasn't necessarily on my radar. My expectations, to be honest, were, I guess, kind of low until I saw the buzz. And I was like, oh. But I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. I'm like, what's an anniversary special? Like, the only kind of anniversary thing I've seen was SNL last year, SNL 50. But that was, like, big, So I did not know what to expect. What about you?
Yeah. Yeah, my expectations, I didn't really have many expectations. I was just like, oh, she's gonna sing. She'll look at the old set. I didn't realize Alex Cooper was gonna be interviewing her. I mean, we're not Call Her Daddy fans. We're not Alex Cooper fans. If anything, she kind of annoys me slightly. I'm like, I'm not her target audience. Like, her target audience is like Taylor Swift's target audience, if you know.
I'm screaming.
So, so yeah, and it felt like a lot of it was the interview with Alex Cooper. Like, it was a lot of that. I was really hoping for former castmates to be there, like Mitchell
Yeah.
Musso, Emily Osment. Like, that's what I was expecting. I was like, oh,
Didn't
like
something bad happen with Mitchell Musso? I'm about to look it up.
I think he's had some legal troubles.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I was
yes.
like, I feel like there's been some. So I'm not shocked he was not there.
Right. But I was hoping that there would be, you know, Rico or Jackson, right? Like, these characters that we like. I was surprised that that didn't happen. I think the special could have been so much better. That's kind of how I thought. I was like, oh, it's like so much Alex Cooper. And it felt random. Like, why Alex Cooper? It just seems like her and Miley are good friends. And that just felt like
neighbors.
Right. It just felt like a strange choice. But I guess like, okay, millennials, the people who watch Hannah Montana while growing up, they probably have listened to Call Her Daddy. So I get it in some respect, but it felt like a lot of Alex Cooper. I don't know if you felt like that too. It felt like half of the episode was like, it felt like Miley and the Alex Cooper special.
Because I literally had no idea what to expect. I was less bothered about how much Alex Cooper there was. Was it surprising? Yes, because you could just do a Call Her Daddy episode, like so I was surprised that Alex Cooper is who they picked. But when you think of what they think is the grown-up version of a Hannah Montana fan, maybe they think that that's Alex Cooper, who literally said she was a fan. She grew up watching the show. And so they must think, oh, Alex Cooper's a fan. We want her fans to watch this. I think that's kind of probably a narrow view, because I think a lot of people are Hannah Montana fans, not just Alex Cooper's audience. But
yeah,
I genuinely, because I did not know what to expect, I wasn't like, oh, that's too much Alex. Did I want maybe other people? Like, it was Billy Ray, right? Her dad, and then her mom and Selena. And Selena, I do think,
sister. Yeah.
Yes. So I do think they could have had more interactions with other people than going back to Alex a lot. But I don't know, like, who would you have wanted to interview her? Like, I don't really have like an opinion.
Yeah, I think that's fair. If not Alex Cooper, then who? I mean, it could have been her mom being like, Miley, like, take us back
to her mom has a podcast.
Right. I feel like that feels more natural. Like, take us back to the moment where you and I like sent in the tape, and like I feel like that feels like a natural fit, and she's clearly very close to her mom. Whereas it feels like Alex Cooper just feels random. Like, what does she have to do with Hannah Montana? Another bizarre person, a bizarre choice that they made was to have Chappel Roan there. What did you think of Chappel Roan?
I forgot about that.
It felt very bizarre and a little awkward. Like, they had never met before. Miley was like, so nice to meet you. And it's like, why is Chappel Roan at the Hannah Montana anniversary if she doesn't even know Miley Cyrus? That felt so strange.
It felt like they were really trying to produce moments and find ways to bring in various audiences instead of like just creating like a Hannah Montana reunion. I think the choice of Alex Cooper, right, bringing her audience, the choice of Chappel Roan to bring in that audience. Whereas I think they could have just, Hannah Montana on itself is so iconic. You don't really need to like orchestrate and force like other things to like get people to be excited and have buy-in, like on itself, just saying a Hannah Montana reunion, I was bought in. So I think they thought, oh yeah, that's a big deal. Chappel Roan, one of the biggest like musicians right now, like singers right now. And she's going to talk about how much like Miley inspired her. Didn't really care.
No, it was such a one-off moment that was like the least interesting part of the episode.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think they thought, oh, that's going to be a moment, but it wasn't really. If anything, and I feel like I want to go through some of like the highlights. If anything, my highlights were all the tea Miley dropped. All of her relationships and crushes. Mm-hmm. She first started out saying, oh yeah, I had like a boyfriend crush back in Tennessee, and The second I got to LA, I was like, bump that. I was like, okay, good for you, Miley. Confident as a tween. And then she was like, yeah, I had a crush on Mitchell. Like, she just said she had a crush on everybody. But that, like, her, like, kind of boyfriend was Dylan Sprouse from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Yeah, it's funny.
I was like, Miley, what? And she was like, yeah, it'd be fun. Because he had a twin, too. I was like, Miley is so funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
So that had you heard that before? I feel like that was pretty shocking. Like, no one had heard that. That was new info.
Yes.
She was like, yeah, you know, I wanted to bring my boyfriend on tour. And so they were like, fine. And then it just so happened, yeah. So Nick and his brothers came on tour with me. And I'm like, Miley, please.
So funny.
And then I also liked the tidbit when she was like, Zach and Vanessa were like the most popular, like, cool kids. They were so cool, and they were like the biggest stars because High School Musical like transcended. Yeah. And they liked me because I was like a mature kid. And so they, you know, when we were promoting stuff, they let me ride in their limo. We went to the premiere together. I was like,
it's so, what did you think of hearing about how young she was? Her mom said that they started auditioning while Miley was 11. 11 years old.
Crazy.
And it's
crazy.
And I was watching it with two friends, and we're all just like, it's kind of sad. Like, it's a little disturbing. Like, 11, you don't know anything at 11. Like, I don't remember what I was doing at 11 years old. And it just feels like
interesting.
This whole franchise, and she became so famous, like, at the age of 12, 13. Like, that's just so much for a kid. Like, your brain isn't working at 11 years old. And now you're this huge megastar. It just blew my mind that she started Hannah Montana at 11.
Interesting. I feel like I knew she was, like, it's right, she was a kid. So, like, I guess that wasn't shocking to me. I hear what you're saying. It's, I guess, because Miley turned out, like, okay, you know?
Well, she had a lot of rough years. So I'm like, did she really turn out okay? Like, she's like, right now she's in a better place, but I'm like, Shelby, the 2010s, she was going through it. And she said that too. She was like, yeah, like, there were a lot of rough parts of that road, right? There were a lot of bumps, but we made it to the other side. I'm like, she was not okay. Like, she was famously not okay.
I guess, because, right, we saw Klein on set and reviewed that. Like, I'm thinking, like, there's like Amanda Bynes level, and then there's like Miley Cyrus, and then there's like Zendaya who's like crushed it and is fine. So I think there are levels to it. I definitely agree that kids having that much fame, or anyone having that much fame for that matter, is like crazy.
Yeah,
like,
especially a
no one is meant to like have that much fame. But I wasn't thinking that while watching the special. I'm not gonna lie, that didn't come to my mind.
Yeah, I thought about it. I was just like, oof, like, no tween should have that much fame. It just, like,
I feel like we had such different experiences watching the special. I'm just like, woo, and you're like, Alice Cooper bad, teen fame bad. I'm like, I was just like,
not even teen. I think
there for the ride.
Like, she was
tween
like
fame.
A literal baby. Yeah, like, she was still just so young. Yeah, especially after watching Quiet on set and like seeing all the things that she went through, and she had all these crises. And after we watched the special, my friends and I were watching like her Bangers era, and when she was at the VMA Awards and her performance with Robin Thicke, you know, all of that. And she was like, I think that performance 2013, yeah, she was like 22, 23 years old when she did that, which is like so wild to think about. No, she was like 20 years old when Bangers came out, if that was 2013, which is like like, I think when we were in the moment, I don't think I clocked how young she was, because we were also young when that happened. And now looking back as an actual adult and being like, Miley was only 21 years old during that time, dancing on stage with Robin Thicke. Like, that's crazy. And I think in the moment we're all like, this is bad, like, this is too much. But now, looking back now, I'm like, whoa, even worse looking back now. Yeah, it's just she's just been through a lot. She's been through a lot. And yeah, she seems to be on the other side of it. But yeah, she was not okay for a long time. So I'm happy she's okay now. That was another takeaway. I was like, Miley seems like she's in a healed, great place. Like that was the
Yeah.
takeaway I got. She can look back now and laugh about her success and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And be very positive about it. So I did like that. I was like, okay, Miley seems to be in a good place. So that made me feel good after watching the special. Have you heard about the Cyrus family drama at all?
That her parents are divorced and remarried and they don't really interact with each other? Is that what you're going to do?
There was a point in time where like the two sides of the family were not speaking. I remember hearing about this like last year, either the year before. Like I think it was Noah and Billy Ray and Miley and her mom. Like the two sides were not speaking to each other. Like it was very hostile.
Yeah.
It was something okay, my friend told me the whole thing. I think Tish was dating someone and then Noah started dating the same man. Like
I kind of remember this.
Her mom's man. And that just led to a whole fallout.
Noah was the one in the special though, right?
Yes. So that was something that surprised me because watching the special, I was like, oh, her mom's here. I was like, I wonder if Billy Ray will come because there's a lot of bad blood between the families. So I was not surprised to see Miley's mom. I'm glad that she was there basically the whole time. And then when Billy Ray came out, I was like, oh, I'm surprised. And it seemed awkward. I'm
not surprised. He was such a big part of the show. They probably had to.
But I think they probably put their issues aside. She was like, Dad, like, we're doing the special. Please come. Yeah. It just seemed their energy and their banter. It just seemed awkward to me. And the girls I was watching with were like, yeah, this feels a little
100%. It definitely was like strange and because awkward because they don't have a good relationship. But I'm not shocked he was there. Like he was her dad in real life and in the show. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, I just looked it up because I was like, oh, doesn't Tish have a podcast with one of her daughters? And it's Brandy Cyrus, not Noah. Okay, so Noah, but it's interesting. Noah's the one who was at the anniversary, but Noah's the one they've had issues with?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot, like the family dynamics and then the family who chose to show up was interesting. I was like, Noah's there.
Well, again, maybe it was a little produced. They were like, let's put on a brave face. Like the whole family gets along, you know? Like that.
That's what it was doing. Yeah. What did you think of the musical performances? Miley sang some of her iconic Hannah songs.
Of course, The Climb. It's iconic.
It's transcended. That song is just a song that
I saw someone say that The Climb's a gospel song and you can't tell me otherwise. And I'm like, I agree.
It
is a gospel song. Like
it is.
Climb will always hit. She also sang This Is the Life. Hold on tight. This is the dream. That's all I need. You never. Okay, we're gonna stop. Don't I look and sound like Hannah, everybody?
Yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh, it's Hannah.
Wow. Oh, you can't tell us apart.
If you're just listening, Shelby's wearing a blonde Hannah Montana wig. Shelby Montana.
That's it. Shelby Montana. But yes, I thought the musical performances were good. And I didn't realize that she was premiering a new original song at the end.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either. And then at the end, when she was singing Out on the Lot, I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I was like, I don't recognize this.
No, the transition was like a little funky. She was like strutting off, and then she was sitting and a little sad. What did you think of her new song? I thought it was... I wish
I honestly don't remember it.
I don't remember it either. I wanted the ending to be more punchy. I just was like, oh, okay, this is how it ends.
They probably should have ended with like The Climb. Or like they should have ended with, first of all, there's so many good Hannah Montana songs. She only sang The Climb, Best of Both Worlds, and This Is the Life. Nobody's Perfect.
Yeah, I think that is like one of her most iconic. I'm surprised she didn't sing that. Yeah.
Rockstar. And I know there are a lot of ones from like towards the end of Hannah that people like, but I like early Hannah. That's those. I literally, let me pull it up. I've been listening to it. Have you been listening to Hannah Montana after this?
Oh yeah, I have. I mean, I regularly listen to Hannah Montana. Like she's in my playlist. Like
if we were a movie,
Yeah.
You'd be the
You'd
right
be the right
guy, and I'd be the
Yeah,
best
that's a good
friend.
one.
Oh, that song was so good.
What is your
I
favorite?
got nerve. Who said? Who said?
What's your favorite Hannah Montana
Pumping up
song?
the party, yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. There's just so many good ones.
There's a lot of good ones. What's your
Um,
favorite?
Well, we already said The Climb. The Climb, does that count? Technically, that's like Miley. You know, I don't
Yeah,
know.
Hannah Montana movie. But besides The Climb, what would you say?
I think Nobody's Perfect has like a really good message.
Yeah. It's iconic.
Like-
I think that's honestly like one of the most iconic Hannah Montana songs. I'm shocked she did not play that.
Yeah, I think I was hoping for that. So that was a little disappointing. Even though I didn't really have expectations, when I heard the song she sang, I was like, Best of Both Worlds makes sense. The Climb makes sense. This is life.
I know.
I think
she
coulda
didn't need
coulda
that.
swapped. Especially, yeah, I think you could have swapped that, in my opinion.
Yes,
It's
I'm with you.
What are your favorite songs? Or if you had to pick.
Hands down, I think my favorite is He Could Be the One. Like, I
He
listen to
could
that
be
song
the
a
one.
lot.
He
He could be the one.
He could be the one.
I love that song. It is so good. I listen to it so much, like regularly in my playlist.
Screaming.
So that is probably my favorite because I just listen to it the most. But it's
Yeah.
actually like just such a good song. I would say number 2 is probably Rockstar. I'm a usual, not so typical, way too smart to be waiting around. Yeah, like so good.
So good.
Another song I listen to regularly in my
So
playlist.
good.
Yeah, I would say those 2 are my favorites. I mean, there's so many, but I love those 2 songs. I really do.
So good. Ugh. So yeah, there are so many good ones, but I
Yeah.
definitely think if I had to do a top 3, The Climb, Nobody's Perfect. Maybe If We Were a Movie, I don't know. There's so many good ones. Crazy. Hannah.
Hannah. What'd you think of Miley's hair?
I thought it was a wig, and then she was like, "No, this is me." I was like, "What?"
I was shocked. I also thought it was a wig. I was like, her wig looks amazing. Like her hair looked great. It looked so good that it looked like a wig. I was like, that doesn't look like
What's your hair?
it looked too perfect. It looked really good though.
It did look really good. I also think it was cool, even though, like, weird at times, like you said, with like the family dynamics. I did like hearing more about how it all came together, like, right, how she was cast, how she was in Tennessee. She was like a bit of a risk to be chosen because she hadn't had acting experience. Like the lore, again, adding to the Hannah Montana Miley Cyrus lore. So I thought that was interesting. I also like seeing her and her mom on the set and looking at the closet and the different fashion and how it was like Disney fashion versus Tish fashion, like what Tish picked. Like it was kind of funny hearing them like go through the outfits. The clothes were crazy, 100%. But that was 2000s. Like I don't know. Like
it doesn't shock me. That was the clothes. Those were the clothes. Yeah, so I thought going through the fashion was fun because Hannah wore just the wildest things. Wild. And then after the special, my friends and I just started watching some of the old performances, and we're like, wait, those are some of the clothes they were showing in the special. And it's just so funny that we dress like that. And what was I gonna say? Oh yes, I like the scene where they have the Disney exec who helped pick Riley. That's the kind of stuff we want to see. Like that's interesting, right? Really like I don't need to see Chappel Roan, but I thought the Disney exec conversation was really interesting, and kind of like what you're saying. Oh, like Miley's a risk, whatever. We had more seasoned actresses, but it was interesting. The exec was like, "Oh, she's so fiery and has this big personality." But like, I feel like they probably chose her and Billy Ray because Billy Ray's like a famous country singer. Like obviously they're not going to say that. Like that's smart casting, right? To cast like an actual famous country singer and his daughter on the show. Like that it makes sense. But that was probably one of the main reasons why they chose her. But they're not going to say that. So my friends and I were talking about that. It's like, well, you probably chose her because she's a Nepo baby. So
I did think it was interesting how they didn't bring up Billy Ray much. Like we only saw him at the end and he wasn't really referred to. When again, he was a core part of the show. Like
he's part of the show.
It was like that was a core part of the show, like their relationship.
Absolutely.
And so that is interesting. I agree that I'm sure there was a very big factor. And I wonder if they decided to make her Miley, but hey, Billy Ray, you need to be the dad. Like, I'm curious how those discussions went, because
Probably
I'm
a
sure,
caveat.
yeah, it was probably like a package deal. I also think it was interesting, another like tidbit about how Taylor Swift got like cast for the Hannah Montana movie. I honestly forgot that she was in that.
Funny.
And Miley was like,
I don't
yeah,
remember
like
that at all.
I was like, Taylor Swift was in this movie. I was like, honestly, further
I remember
shows like
that.
Disney Channel back in the day, crazy. And she was like, yeah, like we were looking for someone that would like play in a barn in Tennessee. I was like, Taylor Swift. Miley, she wasn't trying to be shady, I don't think, but like Miley is
That was
so
shady. No, everyone, all the girls I was watching with were like, that was shady. Apparently, I mean, I don't know all the tea, but I don't think they're very close. So, yeah. And she said that Taylor Swift wrote the song that she sang at the end
You'll
of
always
the Hannah
find your way
Montana
home.
movie. You can change your and change your clothes. Yeah. So that was interesting. That was another good nugget. What did you think of the Selena Gomez cameo?
I was like, oh, to be honest, I forgot she was in Hannah Montana. So I was like, oh, are they just bringing out Selena because they're friends?
Forgot.
That's what I thought it was. And then they kept making references to Michaela, and they showed like the costume, and I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, was Selena Gomez in Hannah Montana? I forgot that completely. So,
same.
Well, it makes sense because we wouldn't have known she was Selena Gomez when we were watching it, right? You would have had to know after the fact, because I'm pretty sure she was on Hannah Montana pre-Wizards. So, like, I wouldn't have known who she was when watching Hannah Montana back in the day. So I was like, oh, this is cool. This is a guest that makes sense because she's a fellow Disney alum and they're friends. Yes. So that's why I thought they brought her. But I was like, oh yeah, she was on Hannah Montana. So I thought it was a good addition. They barely spoke. So it was like, blink and you miss. Barely. But I'm glad she was there. It just was a little short, I think.
Yeah. And also the girls I were with were like, Selena doesn't look the best. Like, didn't her face look like, I don't know, she just didn't look great.
Well, it's interesting because I thought she had been looking better. So I don't know. Like,
no, I agree. I was like, so when I saw her, I was surprised. I was like, wait, like she's been looking better these days.
I know, like, what was this films? Yeah. I was like, what was no, because I honestly, similarly, I was like, oh. But I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe she had a bad day. But yeah, it didn't look like the Selena we had been seeing. It didn't look like married Selena. Like wedding day Selena, that didn't look like her. But there's no way this was filmed before her wedding. Like, this was had to be.
No, I feel like it was probably filmed maybe like January or like end of last year.
Yeah, like this is, and even like her bun in the back had like hair sticking out. I'm like, who did Selena's hair?
I know, and I'm like, compared to Miley, looks so perfect. Like her outfit was
in like a red sweater and baggy jeans. I'm like,
I know. I was like, I didn't like Selena's outfit. I'm like, especially for the Miley, she looks so put together. I was like, Selena just didn't look as.
Maybe she's in her honeymoon phase. She's like, whatever. Yeah. I'm married now.
She doesn't. Who cares what we have to say about Selena Gomez's appearance? Like,
yeah, literally, she's been through a lot. She's doing just fine. She's married.
Yeah. She's like the most followed person on Instagram.
Rare like Beauty's in Ulta now. Like, she's doing just fine.
She's doing great. She's doing great. But I was happy to see her. I thought that was a good cameo. But yeah, any other final thoughts on the Hannah Montana special?
I'm trying to think, but it was kind of short. It was only an hour.
It was only an hour.
I mentioned to the beginning, but I do really feel like, wow, I grew up in the best time to be a Disney Channel kid. Yes. That was reinforced to me. Renaissance. Yeah. Just the kids' content, and right, I know Nick has had its issues, but even think about the Nick content. You then think about when we grew up and we eventually had like Degrassi and everything on CW, WB, like, whew, the content to be a tween and teen.
Yes, too good. I agree. I felt the same way. Like the 2000s was a prime time for kids television across so many different networks. And
Cartoon Network, even Powerpuff Girls.
And it's one of these things like Miley said, like she transcended, like she was a celebrity, not a kid celebrity. Same with the High School Musical people. Like, right, we were kids, so these people were a whole world, like obsessed with High School Musical. But like High School Musical transcended to like everyone was talking about it. which is so crazy to think about. Like a kids show, like is something that adults are even like interested in, you know? Like it's insane to think about.
And you know, it's different because I remember when I was working at Netflix, there was like a kid family film team, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we used to work at Disney, and we worked on The Descendants." And I was like, I had no idea what they were talking about, and I felt bad because I didn't want to insult them. And I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I grew up watching High School Musical, da da da." And then I realized, like, oh, that was, and she was like, "Oh, that was our High School Musical," and I was like, "Oh." But it was not the same because
No,
I had
no.
no idea what you're talking about. I did not know who Sophia Carson and Dove, what's her name? Dove Cameron. I didn't know who any of them were. And their big thing was The Descendants. And I was like, I've never heard of that. And I think that just shows you like Disney Channel has not been able to capture that magic. Like High School Musical. I mean, they had a third movie they released in theaters. That tells you enough.
And I was there opening night. Come on.
That tells you enough.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, I think this is what we were also talking about, my friends and I reflecting. Like there has not been an equivalent to a kid who has become like a huge celebrity. Right? And they're like, "Oh, Olivia Rodrigo." And I'm like, Olivia Rodrigo became she was on Disney Plus High School Musical, the series. I never watched it, but
Give me a break. Okay.
I had friends who watched it.
To the other Disney things we're talking about. Yeah,
so her Disney show was popular enough, but it didn't transcend. But she, as an artist, is like she's huge in music, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people are like Olivia Rodrigo, but I'm like she didn't become like this huge person because of Disney. She started making her own music after Disney, right? Like there's a difference.
Yeah, I don't associate with her Disney at all.
No, right? I don't see her as a Disney star. Similar with Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, Sabrina Carpenter was.
Wait, what was she on Disney?
She was.
I don't know.
She was in something on Disney. Let's look it up.
That was before my time. I mean, or after my time. I
know
idea.
That she was on some show. I can't remember. Sabrina Carpenter Disney, or was she on Nick?
Girl Meets World.
Yes, I was like, she was in something.
Adventures in
Yeah, so it's like, so people are like, "Oh, Sabrina Carpenter, Disney star," and I'm like, did not become famous because of Disney. No,
did not know she was in that.
Right, like I couldn't name the show. But I know that both Sabrina and Olivia came from Disney, but they didn't become child celebrities like through.
It's different.
Yeah, it is different. Yeah. It is different. So I don't think there's an equivalent to a Hannah Montana High School Musical where these kids immediately became huge celebrities. No
way, not even close.
Yeah. And then I was also like, there are no like real kid, like huge kid celebrities right now. It felt like when our age there were a lot, and then people are like, "Oh, the TikTok stars." Now the TikTok stars are like the kid celebrities.
Who are the kids celebrities? Who?
They were like Charlie D'Amelio and Dixie D'Amelio. I was like, how old are they? But apparently they were like
kids.
Apparently they were teens when they got famous like 10 years ago. Like when they
like a JoJo Siwa.
Yeah. When they first blew up, they were like kids.
Like an Addison Rae. They were
right. Those people. And I was like, interesting. Like TikTok is kind of that version of the kid celebrity. So I just thought that was an interesting.
Which is sad. I honestly, again, not to be like, oh, our generation had it better. I think we did. Like I genuinely
content for sure.
think the fact that now it's either you have like Miss Rachel as a kid, and then you have to go to TikTok is crazy. There's nothing in between.
I also had never heard of Miss Rachel until like a few days ago. Even though Disney and Nick had its problems, of course, right? Like it's imperfect to have like children on set and, you know, keep them safe at all times. It's hard. But having Hannah Montana High School Musical, Drake and Josh, iCarly, like that's a lot safer to watch than kids going to TikTok, right?
Or
like
YouTube.
It was so much more sheltered and
100%.
Yeah. And filtered, right? It's on a kids network. So I am grateful that that's what we grew up on and not, you know, the nonsense that's on social media. Overall, I enjoyed the special. I wish it was better. I think it had potential to be like so fantastic. So it didn't. So to me, it's a watch. It's an hour, right? It's cute. It's fun.
Literally, it's quick.
But I was expecting more. I wanted more from it, but I still enjoyed it.
It's a watch for me. I hear what you're saying. In the moment, I was just like, this is great. But as I reflect, it definitely could have been better. I mentioned the songs, I think, as well as, like you said, having more of it be like a reunion.
Yeah.
And less like produced special.
Mhm.
Because I think Hannah Montana on its own sells. Like, I don't think you needed to force having like
all the extra people.
all the extra people and things. And like we said, the highlights were those nuances, the Disney lore nuggets. I think if they leaned into that more versus the production of it all, it would have been even better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it just, made me reflect upon like Disney, kids TV, and all those great memories that we had, right? Like a bunch of us had Hannah Montana birthdays, like a bunch of us dressed up as Hannah Montana when we were kids. Like I remember dressing up as Hannah Montana at some point. If you looked in the crowd, I'm like, I don't know how you got invited to like the crowd that Miley was singing to, but everyone looked like they were like 33 in that audience. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
Immediately. Everyone looked like a millennial. I was like, this is so millennial. There were no like small children. It was all these like 30 to 35-year-olds like in the audience.
Because kids don't know what Hannah Montana is unless their parents are young enough to be like, or hip enough to be like, oh, put this on. Like, why would you, as a kid, you're not going to seek an old kid show, you know?
No.
Which is sad. I'm like, you show your kid Hannah Montana or High School Musical, that's real cinema for them.
I remember when Disney Plus began, but when it did, I remember there was a bit of a resurgence, right? Because before, where were you watching Hannah Montana?
You couldn't.
Old episode. You couldn't. So I think since Disney Plus, became a thing, maybe 5 or so years ago, I think there's been a bit of a resurgence.
Okay, Laura, before we end our What to Watch segment, question. What anniversary special would you want next?
I mean, there's so many. There's so many. I would love to see a High School Musical reunion. That's like my favorite kids thing ever. Like High School Musical is still so good. Like that's another thing. I listen regularly to High School Musical music. I think it's so fantastic. Highest of quality. I love High School Musical. I also think Drake and Josh would be fun. I think especially after Drake Bell, came out last year quite on set. I feel like he's probably in a place where he can go back to the set. And Josh Peck, I feel like is doing pretty well. So
yeah, he's an actor. He was in Oppenheimer.
Yeah, he seems like he's doing pretty well. So I feel like that's another reunion special I'd like to see.
And like That's So Raven, they had Raven's Home, which I did not see. No. And then, so I feel like if you've had a reboot, they might not do a reunion. Probably. Because it's been recent. I feel like High School Musical is such a good one. My only thing is like, it came out 20 years ago now. Yeah. Like, you need to quickly work on it. And I don't know. I also think all the cast needs to be on board. And it's like, does Zac Efron want to go back to High School Musical? Probably not. He's like the biggest star out of all of them. He like, I don't know. Does he talk about High School Musical often? I don't follow Zac in that way, but I feel like everyone else would probably be down. But I'm like, is Zac Efron down? Yeah. That's how I feel about Cheetah Girls as well. Like Cheetah Girls, that
I feel like there's only 4 of them. They could probably keep the 4 of them together.
They've had issues over the years. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't know if they all have rekindled at this point and if they would all do it, but I would love.
Well, if you enjoyed this episode of Sisters Who Watch, please make sure you're giving us 5 stars. 5 stars wherever you listen. Rate, download, subscribe. We really appreciate your support. And make sure you follow us both on Apple and Spotify so you get notified for new episodes. And follow us on social media at Sisters Who Watch.
Yes, we really appreciate y'all and your support. We recently hit 3 years of the pod, so we're just grateful for y'all for being with us all 3 years. So exciting. So please let us know what you think, what you want to hear, what you're enjoying, what you're not. We just want to hear from y'all. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Bye.
Stay watching.